Let's take a look at what I feel are creators' biggest nightmares within the film industry. A lot of creatives get stuck on specific ideas and specific projects and branch out to a point where there's so many projects on their list, there's so much in their head, and their to-do list has become something that was manageable to something that's a little bit overbearing and sometimes loses the interest of the filmmaker or creative to kind of tackle that project. So the big point here is yes, if you have a project in mind and you're able to film it, film that within a reasonable amount of time. The more you're sitting on a project, the more that project's gonna develop, maybe get too big, maybe become something that you're not interested in anymore. That's something that I've found within 2024. And that's why in 2025, I wanna be better at producing more content that I have within my mind that I wanna do, and I'm excited about doing it within that time frame. Now, as you guys know, with CBZ Productions, I own a production company. So you can't create everything just out of a whim. Everything needs development time, most things need a budget, and at the end of the day, with a production company, yes, you're trying to produce content, but you're also trying to make money. And money can scare people when trying to make specific things that they have in their mind that they want to come true, that they want to see, or just cool creative videos. Now, I want to be more active on socials and YouTube and etc. Not only just work on the projects that are at hand with bigger companies, one of our clients. Of course, the behind the scenes videos are super interesting and I love to see those process as well with other filmmakers and other content creators. But even this video, I had to come up with a plan, know what I wanted to shoot, and now I want to shoot it. So one of the biggest things I think is a content creator's nightmare is having too many ideas and not acting on it. I can attest to it walking through film school, going through that production cycle, getting out of film school, getting thrown into the world and having different sets that you might want to work on, having different goals you want to do, having different interests. You don't know which style you want to specialize in. Do you want to be a cinematographer? Do you want to direct? I chose a route of filmmaking and theater production. It gets a little overwhelming over time, but the more organized you can stay as a content creator or filmmaker, the more it's going to help you in the long run. And I want to talk about, in the past, I've had projects where I had an idea, and I'm like, yes, I want to fill this project. It's gonna be the best project I can do. And you put development time into and you say, yes, we're gonna shoot it. And a lot of times, ideas fall off. Now, when you're pitching an idea or when you come up with an idea and you're like, yes, I would like to film this video. This goes for a little video that's for YouTube, such as this one, or a video or a narrative or a documentary that's a little bit larger than life and you need budgets of $50K, $300K, $1 million, you need big budgets to produce. So it works both ways. You don't want to get overcomplicated with your big budget spending and the ones that need time and development. On the other hand, you have many different outlets of filmmaking that you can do that you can produce right on YouTube, right on social media, that you can do right now. And from looking at other creators, from looking at content creators, as this new year of 2025 comes into development, I don't know if there's something creative in the air or what, but I have a very good feeling about this year and I can't wait to get started. And I want to hold myself accountable to this as well. If I want to create a YouTube video, or if I have a specific idea that's within the realm of reasonable budget and reasonable time frame, just shoot it. Now, I'm sure you're saying to yourself, Zach, you don't have the money, you don't have the budget, you don't have the time. And I'm not going to say produce the projects that you feel are out of your limits. I'm talking about the YouTube video that you think you could film that may get some views, or the passion project video or narrative that you're very passionate about. That's when you start looking at your local connections, and that's when it starts to judge your attitude on your past projects and what you bring to the table with other sets. Are you taking jobs and doing the bare minimum? Are you taking jobs, bringing the best self that you can be, and also going above and beyond on set and helping friends out? Because when you put that call in to do something for yourself that's a passion project, and you put that call and you say, okay, I need a team of people, usually a micro team, and we need an actor, a DOP, a sound recordist, etc. And we're gonna shoot this narrative. It's all gonna be for fun. No one's gonna get paid, but everyone gets a cool piece of work, and let's have a fun day or two filming this project. Now, what happens, and I've seen this a lot through film school, through my production company, etc., is people coming up with ideas and narratives and documentaries and different videos, but not acting on it. And what I think is the creator's biggest nightmare, especially within the new year, is that you have a list of projects, a list of narratives, a list of YouTube videos you want to make, a list of documentaries, maybe that if you're interested in that documentary format, but they all stand still and that idea does not turn into the true production format. I hold this accountable to myself, and when I come up with an idea, it's okay to have that list of ideas that isn't developed yet, but you don't want to get too deep and develop all of those ideas, those scripts, those storyboards, those shot lists, and stop at production. You want to make sure that that idea is coming through and that you're actually putting in that work if it's an idea you want to shoot. What I've found is that the more you sit on a project and the more that project gets pushed, or the more that that project becomes a little bit overwhelming, or it sits there for a while in that folder and you're always kind of looking at it, it's less of that excitement to shoot the project and more of the doubt of, oh, I should probably film that project. Then you start that cycle of feeling bad about not being able to shoot that project, and you don't know if it's worth shooting that project because as that time goes on, you're developing exciting ideas for something up to date, something recent, and kind of losing that folder that is in your computer, in your phone, whatever, of all the ideas that you wanted to film recently. I know with 2025, at the start of this year, it can be very overwhelming. I sat at my computer and I was like, what are we gonna shoot this year? What's on the slate now? And one of my biggest points I can give to you right now as a filmmaker, as a production company owner, is create lists and get good at making lists that work for you. Now, a list could be something easy as something on your phone, using Google Docs, using Excel. You can get very fancy, you can get very simple, but put your ideas on paper and then sort what you think you can film right now watching this video, and sort maybe 1 or 2, 3 projects that you're going to be filming in future timelines. Now, those projects that you're going to film in future timelines, always put some type of time limit on that project. When I filmed the Ready or Not sizzle, I came up with the idea. I came up with all the behind the scenes. I said, okay, you know what? We're gonna make this work. CBZ put a little bit of money into that sizzle, and we shot it immediately. We could have waited for a warmer set. We could have waited for CBZ to have a little more income to spend on it. But those are the projects that are gonna either be extremely fun, or they may go horribly wrong, but you're gonna learn a lot from that. And within filmmaking, within this production world that we're all in, no matter what project you make, whether it's good, whether it's a huge success, or whether it's a horrible failure, you will learn from those projects. And that is what's gonna make you a better filmmaker within your life. So hopefully you got something from this. This is a little shorter video, but I am guilty of it too. I will admit, in 2025, I want to try to make videos that are more consistent. I want to make a more structured content list, so I'm making what I want to make and not just sitting on the variety of videos that I want to make for YouTube, that I want to make to pitch for my company, and as well as working on a client list within CBZ Productions for 2025. So even those couple of things, that's a lot to process. So you make a list, you start at the top, and you work your way down. Don't look at everything at once because it will become overwhelming. And that's why I think right now, this is the biggest creator's nightmare of 2024 going into 2025, is not creating the content that you're excited about while you're excited about filming it.